Hey, it's Dani.
And Liv. We're the Magic Scouts, and
we're going to take you along on our latest trip to Disneyland
for Pixar Fest. Let's go!
Where are we going, Dani?
We're going to Disneyland. And to Disneyland we went. We spent 4 jam-packed days at Disneyland Resort to celebrate Pixar Fest, with our home base being a fabulous room at the Disneyland Resort. As with every Disney trip though, our days were spent running around the parks and not sleeping. True to form, we checked in and ran to Disney California Adventure, directly towards San Francisco Square for a delicious meal at Lucky Fortune Cookery. There's something about being at Disney that gets you excited about eating chicken teriyaki at 11 in the morning. Liv got veggie yaki udon, which for $13.49 was an actually pretty hearty meal. We got Genie Plus for this trip and tried to book in as many lightning lanes as we could. You can either book one every 2 hours or upon scanning into your reservation. We used our first one of the day at Toy Story Mania. There's no right way to wear 3D glasses, and this footage is live proof of that. I'm kind of a Disney World enthusiast, so I've never really spent too much time at Disneyland. But I just wanted to set the stage for this vlog and say that Disneyland feels exceptionally charming, and the character interactions that we had throughout our trip were really just top tier. Pixar Pier especially is such a fun vibe. We were invited to celebrate Pixar Fest by our friends at Disney Parks Canada, so we felt truly spoiled with so many amazing experiences, including a visit to the brand spanking new Pixar Place Hotel that just opened in January of this year. Pixar Place is the first Pixar-themed hotel in the US and is filled to the brim with so much artwork inspired by beloved films such as Finding Nemo, Soul, and Inside Out. And yes, Inside Out means that we met Bing Bong, and it was amazing. Hi Disney Parks Canada family.
Thank you, Bing Bong.
Then it was back to Disney California Adventure for another sweet treat, this time a Gusto macaron from Gusto's To Go.
thank you so much.
Thanks. Cute.
As with any Disney Park celebration, the limited edition snacks are so exciting, and this macaron with a creme brulee mousse and a caramel center did not disappoint. The texture was incredible. Hats off to you, chef. Next up, Better Together, a Pixar Palace celebration, aka one of my favorite Disney parades ever. You, me, better together, better together.
Just make sure that all the sadness stays in a circle.
Better together, better together. After sweating it out in the sun, we needed to cool off with some pirates. So off we went to an incredible dining experience at Blue Bayou, the restaurant that's inside of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Of course, the food and bread service here was delicious, but what we were most excited about was the fact that we had purchased the Fantasmic dining package that gives us preferred viewing for the 9 p.m. showing of Fantasmic. We had some time to kill before then, so we hit up It's a Small World and then headed back over to the Rivers of America. Both Liv and I have only ever been to Fantasmic at Hollywood Studios in the amphitheater, and I don't really think that I was ready to experience the beauty and wonder that is the show. I'll let you just watch this incredible HD footage as it truly speaks for itself. And just like that, day 1 at Disneyland comes to a close. Good night and sweet dreams, everybody.
So day 2 started out bright and early in the morning, and for good reason. We had the opportunity to be the first to enter California Adventure before it opened, even before early admission opened up for hotel guests. This was truly a dream come true. My 12-year-old self was having an absolute meltdown, and it just felt so surreal to be walking around in an empty park. Not only was it probably one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life, but it also gave us a chance to shoot some incredible shots for our next short film with no crowds around. So we're both extremely grateful and now even more excited to share what we've been working on. But let's just take this in for a second. After we finished running around and getting our shots, we decided to hop on the Ferris wheel, Pixar pal around as the park started opening up. We did the non-swinging version of this ride because we're not insane. I actually don't think we would survive the other version of this ride, and I don't know how anyone does. So if you've done it, leave us a comment and tell us how it was and if you made it out okay, because I'm concerned for you. Of course, being on Pixar Pier, we had to pay a visit to our pal Woody, ask him how that snake in his boot is doing, before heading over to Disneyland to chow down on some lobster rolls at Harbor Galley. These were recommended to us by our dear new friend Natalie. There she is. Hi Natalie. They were so delicious, and I would strongly recommend them as a solid quick service option. Then we proceeded to have our minds blown by the Disneyland marching band. Next, we made our way over to Pixar Pal's Playtime Party at Fantasyland Theater to try the Adventures Out There cold brew at Troubadour Tavern. There's a bunch of fun stuff happening here for little ones, and it's also just a really nice place to chill with some shade. Geppetto! For some reason, the next hour or so was full of just the most precious and magical character moments. I'm not sure why that was. I guess it all just comes down to luck and being in the right place at the right time. My favorite interaction was this one I had with Goofy. I had no idea he was behind me while setting up this shot for Dani and I. There was a whole crowd of people watching, and I was just totally oblivious. But once I realized, we proceeded to have a fun little shoot. Moments like this are really what makes a Disney trip even that much more special. Thanks, Goofy. Dani and I did end up getting that shot that I was setting up, and then we were kind of getting hungry, so we went on a little mission to find food and ended up getting these healthy-ish tater tots that had quinoa and arugula at Red Rose Tavern. Then it was time to get some more rides in. Dani had never been on the Alice in Wonderland ride, and I was like, what? So obviously we had to fix that. By this point, I think all the walking and heat and excitement was starting to get to our heads a little bit, and we just started singing.
Pirates, pirates, let's go to pirates, pirates, pirates. I just left some pirates, pirates, pirates.
As the sun went down, we made our way over to California Adventure once again to secure our spot for the World of Color 1 show presented by Pandora. When I tell you this one made me emotional, I was actually screaming with excitement at parts. It was so incredibly done. I just want to relive this for a second, so here are some of our highlights.
Space travel.
Wow, seriously, whoever had a part in this show, just give yourself a big pat on the back. Well done. The night was wrapping up, but the Magic Scouts don't stop, so we fit in one last ride, a personal favorite of mine, Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters. The way these cars dance just amuses me so much. I honestly can't imagine a more perfect way to cap the night at Disney. By the time we made it back to our hotel, the shoes were immediately off, and we wasted no time falling asleep to the lullaby emanating from our headboard. Good night.
Good morning! What better way to start the day than by doing a little shopping?
We're going to Pandora.
Let's go!
The Pandora store in downtown Disney has been calling our names ever since we arrived, and staying at the Disneyland Hotel means that we've been passing it by on our way to and from the parks. Today, the goal was to complete my first Pandora charm bracelet that I started at Disney Springs this past February. To celebrate The Lion King's 30th anniversary, Pandora has a special collection out, and I thought that it might be fitting to add a little something something to my bracelet. But it's so hard to be decisive when there are so many cute Disney charm options.
I feel like this looks pretty balanced. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I leave out the red one. As long as like the gold and like the warm tones
Yeah.
are like dispersed.
Yeah. That's cute. It's so cute.
The day was still young, so off to Disney California Adventure we went. We had ambitious plans for this day, so we went back to San Francisco Square to fuel up at Aunt Cass Cafe. Yes, I wanted to buy a Baymax sourdough loaf, but I resisted. Both Liv and I got the soba noodle salad because getting vegetables in wherever possible at Disney is a good idea.
2093. Thank you so much.
Haven't had my coffee yet. First of the day, it's 2:36 p.m. Had to do a double shot. Seems like unnecessarily hostile. Doing a double shot of espresso.
yeah.
Chin chin.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
It's probably so hot.
Feel better?
We got a quick fit check-in before heading to our lightning lane for Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the rescue.
My thoughts were not my own.
We gotta get you home.
Monsters, Inc. is definitely one of my favorite Pixar movies, so while this was my first time on this ride, I absolutely loved it. A quick outfit change before heading to Cars Land to shoot some cool things for our upcoming short film. We grabbed some props, churros, and another coffee before our last ride of the evening. Wait time for The Little Mermaid, Ariel's undersea adventure, was under 5 minutes, so we said why not, and then were promptly captivated by this underwater escapade.
Now to slow down, get ahead of myself. This is a great day.
For our last hurrah with the Disney Parks Canada crew, we hopped over to Disneyland for Together Forever, a Pixar nighttime spectacular. Celebrating the heart of Pixar storytelling, this show is an emotional journey of friendship as Pixar pals meet for the first time. There's nothing more fitting for an amazing week with our new Pixar pals.
Good night.
If you can believe, we have one more full day left at the parks, so over to you, Liv, for day 4.
On our last day, we checked out and left our Monos luggage with the concierge so we could be free to spend a whole other day at the parks.
Disneyland, I'm wearing a beret. I'm wearing a beret today. I'm hooray!
Yay! As per our newly formed routine, we started out at California Adventure so we could get a few more short film shots and rope drop Radiator Springs racers. Rope dropping this ride is definitely the way to go. We only waited about 25 minutes. I love this part.
Remember, take all your personal belongings. Hey, as long as you're in nice.
Of course, we had to check out our chaotic ride photo, and then we were off to Joffrey's again. Once we secured the lattes, we were like, what should we do? And realized that we had been seriously neglecting Disneyland this trip. So we made our way over there and by chance caught a school marching band passing by, so that was cool. Then we made it our mission to go on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because we had tried the previous day, but the ride was down. One of our other missions was to get Dani a balloon. She really wanted a Baymax one, but we settled for a classic red Mickey one instead.
Get back here!
Sorry, Dani. And there she is getting a beautiful shot of that Pandora bracelet because the Magic Scouts don't stop working. After all that work, it was time for another Pixar treat. Freaking cute.
Window 2.
Perfect. This Toy Story alien-shaped macaron is out of this world good. It is definitely one of my favorite things that we ate at Pixar Fest. After dessert, we were like, maybe we should eat dinner. So we went back over to California Adventure one last time and got a clam chowder bread bowl at Aunt Cass Cafe. It really hit the spot. I mean, it was a little bit salty, but delicious. Yum. And then, of course, we got more dessert. Yay! We had already tried the Pixar Fest Adventures Out There cold brew, so naturally we had to try the sundae version at Clarabelle's. This up-inspired sundae had immaculate presentation, 10 out of 10. To wrap up our super fun Disneyland trip, we had to dance to our favorite parade one last time, Better Together. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.